The movie opens in a world that's eerily silent. A family quietly navigates through an abandoned pharmacy in a ghost town. We meet Lee Abbott, his wife Evelyn, and their three children, Regan, Marcus, and their youngest, Beau. Every movement is deliberate, every footstep calculated. They communicate solely through sign language. Danger lurks with every sound. Beau, the youngest, finds a toy rocket. Regan, who is deaf, gives it to him after removing the batteries, but Beau later secretly takes them and activates the toy. As they walk back home, the toy makes noise. A creature, tall, fast, and terrifying, emerges from the woods and kills Beau instantly. The family is shattered. More than a year passes. Evelyn is now heavily pregnant. The family has adapted to a life of silence. Lee works tirelessly on upgrading Regan's cochlear implant and setting up surveillance and warning systems. Regan struggles with guilt over Beau's death and feels distant from her father, who she believes blames her. Lee takes Marcus to a nearby river and waterfall, the only places they can talk freely without alerting the creatures. He explains survival and trust. Meanwhile, Regan rebels and visits Beau's memorial alone. Evelyn prepares for labor at home. It's a fragile balance of survival, but it's all about to go wrong. While home alone, Evelyn goes into labor. She accidentally knocks over a picture frame, breaking glass and alerting a nearby creature. She quickly switches the house lights to red, an emergency signal for the family. She steps into the bathtub, trying to remain silent while in labor as a creature enters the house. Lee and Marcus see the red lights and rush back. Evelyn manages to flip the breaker, triggering fireworks they'd prepared as a distraction. The loud bursts draw the creature away, and Lee rescues Evelyn and the newborn, taking them to a soundproof basement they had built in secret. Evelyn, injured and exhausted, tells Lee to find Regan and Marcus. Meanwhile, Regan and Marcus hide atop a grain silo. Marcus falls inside and begins to sink into the grain like quicksand. Regan jumps in to help him, and they struggle to escape. A creature arrives, attracted by the noise, but Regan's implant emits a high-pitched feedback that confuses and hurts the creature, driving it away temporarily. They climb out and reunite with their father. The family regroups, but the danger escalates. A creature finds them again. Lee hides the children in a truck and confronts the monster. In a moment of pure love and heartbreak, Lee signs "I love you" to Regan before screaming to draw the creature away. It kills him, but the kids escape. Evelyn finds them and they retreat to the basement. Regan notices the creature reacting to her hearing aid's frequency. She turns up the amp and blasts the feedback, weakening the creature. Evelyn shoots it, killing it. On the security monitors, they see two more creatures approaching. Regan, no longer afraid, adjusts her implant. Evelyn cocks the shotgun, fade to black. The story of A Quiet Place is not just survival, it's about family. Regan, who once believed she was a burden, becomes the key to survival. Her father's death, though tragic, empowers her to be brave. The sound of her cochlear implant, once a source of frustration, becomes their greatest weapon. The movie's use of sound and silence is masterful. Moments of tension build not through dialogue, but through expressions, gestures, and subtle sound design. When Regan realizes her implant can fight the creatures, it's a symbolic moment. Her perceived weakness becomes her strength. Lee's sacrifice speaks volumes. He gives his life for his children, choosing love over fear. Evelyn evolves from a protective mother to a fierce survivor. Marcus, who was once timid and anxious, begins to understand bravery in the face of danger. The film's ending leaves you on edge. You feel the adrenaline, the hope, the loss. But most of all, you feel the strength of a family who refused to give up. They didn't just survive, they learned how to fight back. And that sets the stage for the next chapter of their journey. A Quiet Place redefined horror by making silence terrifying. The creatures weren't just monsters, they were metaphors for the things that prey on vulnerability. And in this world, vulnerability meant sound. Every breath, every step, every whisper was a potential death sentence. John Krasinski's direction brings out both terror and tenderness. The visual storytelling is powerful. Lighting, framing, and pacing all contribute to the sense of dread and beauty. The chemistry between the actors, especially real-life couple Krasinski and Emblem Blunt, brings authenticity to the emotion. As the credits roll, you realize the film's brilliance lies in its simplicity. A family, a farm, a world of silence. Yet, within that frame, it captures the complexity of love, loss, courage, and hope. A Quiet Place isn't just a monster movie. It's a story about parenting, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds that tie us together even when words can't. As Regan steps forward with a new sense of purpose, we're left knowing the fight has just begun, and that silence, once their enemy, has now become their greatest weapon.